Greetings, salutations. Welcome to another COK-RantTalk Talk with your host with the most prestigious G. I'm gonna make this kind of a little short rant because I've been meaning to do a show on this one since it's such a hot topic and everything is coming out about it because the kind of it kind of spoils about the whole situation is kind of going out. So I thought I'd just pitch in before everything goes out. Michael B Jordan, the infamous actor, and who is who's now director for his first film, Creed 3, which I need to go check out, by the way, because it looks really good, especially with Jonathan Majors. Apparently was at a premiere host for one of his movies, and it was a red carpet runaway premiere type of thing. And apparently he met up with, I believe her name is Lorley or something like that. She's a small-time radio host in, I forgot what city it is. But apparently her and him have, I wouldn't say it's that much, history together. Apparently they were classmates in high school. And the whole video goes like this. Mike is, just talking and, chilling and laughing with, talking with some of the individuals, from outdoor the red carpet. So Laura comes in and was like, hey, like all those would be people with mics at the red carpets are like they're just trying to get everybody's face, trying to get a bit of the fame and everything. And she was like, we'll give us some talk about your new new movie. And he talks a little bit, and she basically she inserts the fact that hey, we went to high school together, and we went to school together. And Mike with a very astounding looked on his face, he's like, I'm so the corny kid, right? Remember? And she's like, oh no, giggling, laughing, throwing it out like, you could tell that whole comment caught her off guard because Mike's looking at her with this, look of very questionable, like girl, like he's like, girl, what are you talking about? And and he was like, he called her corny. He said he was corny, and and she's like, she's even threw out the idea like we used to make fun of each other and everything. So, Mike goes along with the interview and everything. So that's how the whole the clip went. Anyways, that clip blew up crazy. And everybody was like, yeah, Mike for the win. He became this actor, and, chicks used to make fun of him and call him lame and corny and everything. And she got put on blast. And the thing about it is she went on, I believe I forget, it's the Shade Room or something like that, Hollywood Unlocked. And, she wanted to clarify and be like, we made fun of each other, he used to bring his headshots to school and, and everything. And, because at the time, for some people don't know, Michael B Jordan was a kid actor. He was on The Wire, and I believe he played in, I forgot the name of that movie. It was with Keanu Reeves. It'll probably come up to me when I think about it. But yeah, he was a child actor. The boy was trying to start his career at young, and and he'd have naysayers, talking about him like this. So, my whole thing about this video is, in the words of, what is his name? Mike Jones. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they're all on me. Yeah. You see, all I know, a lot of people have said a lot of funny things about Mike B Jordan. Not anything bad. Only thing from what I know, the funniest thing I know that a lot of people have said about Mike B Jordan is that he's a big fucking nerd. Which I believe it. The man, the guy's portrayed that he likes anime and all that other junk, and he's a type of I would say he's more epsilonic type of individual. He's from a 2-parent household. His parents are still together. Actually, his parents, I believe, they currently lived with. Well, I believe he bought his own house currently right now, but they originally lived with him. So that's a plus when you're when you're in your 30s, in your mid 30s, and your career's going a lot. And he is, I would say, Michael B Jordan is probably the epitome of what black male excellence looks like. He's one aspect of it. And the man basically, just look, if you had met somebody from your past who did you wrong and dirty, you most definitely look square. You look square-faced it when they try to talk to you and act like everything is good. Because I know good and damn well I would do the same damn thing. And then you have individual, and I forgot what individual put up. Someone made a whole post, no, a story. Someone made a story about, I believe it was in relation to L'Oreal's, whole situation. And she basically threw the whole fact that, remember when Michael B was, dating those white women and all that other junk? And you all want to forget about that since he was dating Lori Harvey. And I'm like, don't forget that. I'm like, what does that even have to do with anything? Nothing. Y'all are literally trying to undermine everything and anything this man has done just to make him look like he's a bad guy for telling some chick to get the F out of his face in a very professional way, if I may add. So I don't. This is a good example of. This is a good example of how black men tend to always protrude themselves as some sort of underclassmen for black women's, fuckery. Because and it's not just black women. You have Joe Budden himself calling him corny and lame for, not acknowledging her and doing that crap. So what? He didn't do anything. All he told her, all he said was, "You used to call me corny when I was a kid." It probably was. And it was. And he still, and the thing about it is, he still did the interview for her. He didn't have to do that. He still did it. So I'm not really certain why people are hating on him for this. In my opinion, from Kevin Samuel's standpoint, Mike is a high value man, and if he's put in the work and time and effort to become this entity who has this, if he's become this entity basically through all the work and time, then he has the right to do whatever the hell he wants. He cannot talk to whoever he wants, and he can, diss whoever he wants. I mean, it's his life. He's made these decisions. He's done the work. He's become this star. I mean, sure. Personally, me. I mean, he's been in multiple movies. He's been to star films. He's dated Lori Harvey, which I personally don't know why he chose her anyway, other than the fact that she's hella attractive. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, I have seen so many posts about people dissing him because of not very many, and I've seen some women defend him, saying that he was right for what he did. But, there's always those few, straggled birds who, saying that, he's lame, he's corny for, doing that. Yeah, and the thing about it is, what I don't like in the past few recent years, especially with this whole Russell Wilson and Sierra thing when that came out, it's just like you're trying to make corny seem like it's a cool thing, which I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but it's like you're dissing somebody while also calling them cool at the same time. Like, no, a dude who basically works on his life, is doing decent, trying to work to a point where he can create his own prospects while also keeping his same genuine and benevolent nature. That's not a corny person. That's a man of quality, not corny, not lame, not nerdy. That's a man of great character. And I don't understand what's with shaming him for, dealing with this sideshow radio host from years ago who nobody probably even gives two fucks about. But going into everything I'm trying to wrap up is Mike did nothing wrong, and I for one would rather be like Mike than some of these Pookies and Ray Rays out here who basically do nothing with their lives and have nothing to show for it. Mike was so what Mike was, going around his high school campus showing off his modeling pictures. So what? He had the right. The boy was like 12 years old on an HBO series. That's something to gloat about. That's not something you just hide. You wanted to just you were going. Well, then again, most people probably couldn't afford HBO Max back then anyway, so it didn't even matter. So that's even messed up. Most of them kids in his school probably couldn't even afford HBO. So at the time, so he was on a show that any of you didn't even watch. You couldn't even see. So but I mean, like, so what? He went around gloating about he was gonna be actor. You can't call him a liar. You can't call him, a cheat, because he made his, dreams and, affirmations into a reality. So, yeah, he has every right to tell whoever he doesn't. If he want to, bring up the past about something that someone did to him, yeah. That's the thing about with bullying. Bullies always forget who they bullied, but the bullied always remember who got them, and they also know when and who they can give their respect to when they come up. But the whole point I went with this is that the Joe Budden, dissing him, calling him corny, and for what? It doesn't make sense to me. We need to stop acting like corny. We need to change the definition of corny and lame. Corny and lame is not going out and trying to promote yourself. When you're trying to start up a business and promote yourself while other people, are shaming you. Corny is not, choosing to, go to school, go home, and then do your homework while everybody else is partying while you're in college. Corny is not you wanting to, be a like drawing, anime pictures and shit, and one day you wanna work for a high class animation studio. Corny is is getting knocked up by a dude that good and well ain't gonna be there for you. Corny is you flexing your responsibilities and being a degenerate in society. Lame is you basically thinking you a hard ass mofo, all because you got Gucci shit on, and even though you don't have freaking 2 pennies to rub your damn, and even though you probably do scamming and shit. That's lame. This is one reason why partially I don't like to keep these rants with in my black corner. This is where partially I feel like the black community is kind of backwards, because we see the actual lame, we see the actual corny shit as lame, and we see the actual lame shit. Well, I actually said that wrong. We see the corny. We see the stuff that's actually beneficial to our society as corny and lame, and the shit that hurts us, like that creates this deleterious society. We see that as cool, and it's backwards. And I don't necessarily know what the real cure for this is, because this ailment's been, going on since probably early 50s, and we still not benefiting. The 70s was sadly just expedited the shit. I've actually been looking into the Monahan report, and a lot of things that guy was talking about actually made sense. But ending this video and ending this little rant talk, there's nothing wrong with being the black sheep, and there's, like I said in my last few rants, there's nothing wrong with being the black sheep, and there's nothing corny or lame about doing the route that nobody else takes. If you feel like you can miss those parties and those, day out nights with your friends, and you feel like those will be worth you sacrificing to attain a higher status in life, then by all means take that route. There's nothing corny, because if being corny means that you got to create a better lineage for yourself, then by all means take that route. Anyways, everyone, this has been Prestigious G. Remember, truth with